Okay, hello everybody. We are playing in a brand new world. I've only played a little bit so far, maybe a couple days worth. Um, Mostly what I did so far is just explore it, honestly. My spawn location's like right up here somewhere. Probably about like right here, we'll call it. And yeah, basically, this is an awesome world. I really like it so far. That's why we're streaming and doing this. What is this? Oh yeah, I found a village. This is a better ruined village, I think. But anyway, I was trying to decide where I wanted to live, and I've decided upon this place here, and that's why I started streaming. It's because I found a place that I wanted to settle. So I basically just only started placing a few basics down. I've been collecting a little bit of copper and stuff like that. Um, I'm not really going to do a tutorial on how to start everything and stuff. I might probably do a video series on a guide at some point, but I just wanted to document my new world. I think this might be my I saw somebody use the term forever world on a YouTube video, and I'm like, yeah, I need that. And I really like this world, so we'll see. But I'm just doing a little terraforming as a sort of a starting point. We're going to need to get into clay working here, as is kind of the order of business. I already got my cattails and my bags and everything. Could use more. Could absolutely use more storage in the form of cattail reed baskets. We're going to have to start looking at animal husbandry as well. Unlike the last world that I was playing on, this world doesn't have a nice little pre-made castle for me, so... But I'll tell you what, that world crashed on me. It crashed out. I'm not sure what the problem was. Something about a meal. I had made a meal. I guess the game didn't like the meal that I made. I don't know. So we'll just do a little terraforming here. Okay, so we've got a little bit of meat here. So let's go ahead and have a quick snack. I do have a bear hide up here. I took out a bear with some spears. But I don't have the ability to do anything with that because it's, I don't have barrels for leather working, and I don't have lime yet, and I don't have enough fat to make that into a hide either. So let's hope I get a little bit more fat at least so I can preserve that hide. Okay. We've got our basic farm set up. We've got some initial bony soil from ruins. We've got just a little bit of materials here, but really not a whole lot going on. I've got my torches. So let's go ahead and do our first bit of clay working. Do an axe, a falx, hammer, hoe, pickaxe, prospecting pick, shovel, couple of, we'll do ingot molds for sure. And then we've got to do 4 crocks, 4 cooking pots. I'll do 8 bowls. And 4 crucibles. Okay, so that's a pretty good setup here. This is going to take a minute, but we don't have X skills yet, sadly. But whenever we get X skills in, we'll go ahead and retroactively estimate the skill points that we would have earned on these activities.
He was trying to break the blockade in Gaza with the Freedom Flotilla Coalition. Chris, thanks so much for coming on the show today and taking the time.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Of course. All right, guys, quick break. And when we come back, we'll be talking to Catherine Houghton about the impact.
Okay, there's the hammer. Is this the Fox, or what is this? Is this the Homo? Homo, okay. This one's hard to do with this big 3x3 brush. Actually, it's not too bad. There we go. There's the hoe. This is the pickaxe. This should be fairly easy. I'm definitely gonna need more clay, though.
We are back, and we're joined now by Catherine Houghton, KFF Health News Montana correspondent covering health policy and politics, access to treatment, and the business of healthcare in the state. Catherine, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So, let's just start a little bit, I think, by talking about
There we go.
the Medicaid cuts in general, and the one big beautiful bill, and what the cuts entailed. I mean, it's the largest cut to the program since it was created.
Probably should make that anvil mold.
I don't know how many decades ago, over 50 years ago at this point. Math off the top of my head isn't a strong suit, but it's basically gutting the program. Is that your assessment of it?
Well, the story that we're looking at is really focusing on the work requirement.
Okay, now we need more clay.
And so it's setting up a lot of new hurdles and rules that people who are enrolled in Medicaid are going to have to work around. And we know based on what we've seen in other states that have done this, though there are few and some of the examples are short-lived, we know that that does cause people to lose access to their coverage.
There you go. Okay.
And often because of paperwork problems or confusion on how they actually prove that they're meeting requirements. So we know that there will be a drop in the number of people enrolled in Medicaid because of these work requirements. And
There we go.
just broadly speaking, some of what the federal changes that are coming down the pike will do, will require people to show that they are working 80 hours a week, 80 hours a month. And so that can translate to an actual job, or that can translate to school, or there are other kind of small list of exemptions that people may fall within. And so there's still a little uncertainty of like the rules that states will have to live by to implement checks on that and see whether or not people are meeting those reporting requirements, and how they'll actually stand up.
Okay, I'm making good progress. This might be the anvil. No, this is the Fox. Okay.
And so these work requirements, that you wrote about that and how there were already over a dozen states that were trying to implement work requirements for Medicaid prior to the passage of this bill on the federal level. What was the status of many of those efforts, and how does that impact it now coming from the federal government?
This mold sucks.
Paperwork, the red tape, all of that.
I will use the fine-tuning tool here.
Yes.
So I would say, we found, and I think it was 14 states that either have plans in the works to implement their own form of work requirements, or have announced their plans to implement work requirements. And so a lot of these examples are states that have been trying to work toward this for a really long time. Like you said, I am based in Montana. I know that lawmakers here had approved work requirements in 2019. And so for a lot of reasons, states, for the most part, have not been able to do that. Some of that is because of court cases holding them up, delays in the first Trump administration to actually go through that process, or the Biden administration blocking such efforts. The states that we were looking at, many of them were trying to implement rules that, again, lawmakers had already established years in the past. draft plan for its own form of work requirements after the federal government had defined its standards and after President Trump had signed work requirements for this program into law in July.
Okay, we really absolutely need the hammer mold and the crucible and the pickaxe, though, as sort of your first batch of things that you make. So we probably should prioritize making those molds. Storage vessel. I'm gonna make one of these.
But at the same time, states have their own little forms to what that could look like, and there's a lot of questions of whether or not that's going to be allowed.
And why are states attempting to kind of have their own spin on it or flavor? Is it because this legislation was in the works prior to the passage of this bill, or are they trying to be more draconian than the federal government? What's the motivation?
Anvil, storage vessel.
I would say a consistent theme is a lot of these efforts were
Okay, we got hammer.
years back, and so they're trying to follow through. These are state Medicaid agencies, and a lot of cases trying to follow through on what lawmakers already established as.
You know what? I should probably make the crucible first.
You have some states that, and it's interesting, Montana actually kind of softens what the federal government would require. And by that I mean they have a longer list of people who would be exempt from work requirements. The federal standards do lay out some exemptions, people who are medically frail, low-income parents, but Montana's list actually goes longer in trying to kind of buffer vulnerable populations from having to do these reporting requirements. For example, they lay out people who are fleeing domestic violence wouldn't have to meet the requirements for a time. People who are without housing wouldn't have to meet the requirements for a time. You also have states, though, that are going stricter. And so I think Arkansas is one of the examples of that, where they actually say no exemptions. You have Arizona that has said that they are going to largely align with the federal standards when it comes to work requirements, but they're trying to implement different pieces that maybe are kind of tangential to that. And so an example of that is with Arizona, they're trying to create a lifetime cap on how long somebody can tap.
One of the things that I did with this world is I put the story events really close. I did like 25%, I think, meaning they're like 1/4 closer than they would be in a normal world.
The roadblocks that they ran into prior to this, right, were the courts or the Biden administration kind of holding it up. Is that do they now kind of have a legal basis to do this? Does that change because the federal government, the bill that passed, has created an opening for some of these work requirements? Like, I'm just flummoxed as to how the states think they have the ability to even tweak this at all, given the fact that some Medicaid is enshrined into federal law, and the Affordable Care Act with the Medicaid expansion, states have the opportunity to opt in or not. It seems odd that they're trying to now try to work around it.
Sure. So I guess important context is that states have been able to put their own.
All right, let's do a bowl of here in the cooking pot, maybe.
A demonstration waiver. And so the idea behind those waivers is if there is a policy gray area, states can apply to the federal government and say, hey, we want to do something kind of wacky with this. We want to do something innovative with this and see if it works. What is interesting here is work requirements used to be a gray area. It wasn't outlined in Medicaid prior to this new law that's coming in place late next year.
All right, let's do this cooking pot one.
Said, these are the rules, these are the base, this is the baseline, this is the floor. So I think states, the federal government did leave the door open for states to apply through these waivers to try to stand up programs sooner than the late 2026 deadline. I think that the big question we hit after that point is that states are trying to do their own twist to it. Is the federal government going to view it as a policy gray area now that there are standards? We did contact the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services to ask about this, and the summary is kind of we'll see as well, which is what we were hearing from a lot of
Okay, so we've got our cooking pots coming in. I think we're gonna get. I think we'll have enough clay here to finish these up. We should just be able to do this layer, and I think that's it. Oh, we've got this layer now.
They're going to be more open to litigation. And that was based on health policy law experts we spoke with for this story.
I'm a little bit shocked about Arizona. Don't we have a Democratic governor still? He's not still in power. They're looking at additional work requirements.
State legislatures are wild. So I think you have to look at the whole mix of government.
Okay, fair enough. So you also have another piece where you
Barely
said
gonna get this one done,
a man who goes by James,
but that is good.
in the piece, speaking about how with
And I'll just use up the rest of this on this or whatever.
and with this attack on Medicaid, it's going to be quite difficult.
Okay.
For
So that's what we've got so far. That's a pretty good outcome now. Let's make a handful of holes here.
Those shouldn't be the only two options, but he's basically considering having to not be entirely truthful because otherwise he's going to lose some of his health coverage, right? I mean, this is the bind that this is putting some people in.
It's interesting. James' experience, he's actually already not reporting accurately.
I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Montana requires that if you fall outside of the range to qualify,
Okay, I'm back.
or illness or not going to school. So that 8% is apparently the group
So
of
we
people
were
that
just getting
are
ready to make some
responsible for
little
waste, fraud, and abuse according
holes
to
for
the federal
the
government.
clay stuff.
My understanding, and I'm wondering if it is for you on the ground, is when we're talking
I think
about
maybe I'll do
fraud or
6.
Medicaid fraud, it's usually on the provider side.
Yes, and so there's actually a federal agency that is watching this, and the cases of fraud that they've identified is on the provider side. It's really hard to know how often that's actually happening with individual patients, but most often the system's really confusing. So researchers I spoke to about that idea have said more often people aren't tapping into the program when they are eligible because they don't know they're eligible. The system's so confusing, it's hard to kind of work within it to commit fraud.
And but James not being entirely truthful if his income is higher than the threshold on 1 week.
And we're getting hungry again. That's never good.
They would consider
I don't
this
have any food yet, so I probably need to
which is insanity because
work on that a
this
bit.
is like how can you fraudulently try to maintain your health insurance?
But I think I've
It's
got
not like this is a cash
a
payment,
good
it's not like
system
they sell
here
everything
for
to somebody
clay
else. This is
stuff.
somebody that is just trying to hold on to the health insurance that they have.
James is a really interesting
Hammer,
example because
pickaxe,
he
pro
is
pick,
he's an example of someone who the system is
1
working for,
crucible,
right? A
2
year ago, his body
bowls,
was breaking down. He was
a
really
cooking pot.
unhealthy. He was not able to do steady work because of his reliance on alcohol and his addiction to alcohol. Now he has a steady job. He's going back to
2,
become a licensed addiction counselor.
3.
He is doing well.
I can do
he's
2 more. Let's get
access to Medicaid, and so as
these
Medicaid goes away, he is cared. So
and
he is interesting in that he is both
2 crocs.
there's no way fraud or abuse. He's an example of someone who's breaking the rules and he knows he's breaking the rules. At the same time, he is kind of the story of the hope for a program like Medicaid.
There we go. Okay.
What do these work requirements
It is getting late and I am hungry, so I'm gonna go down and try to get some food.
What do these work requirements look like?
And I'm gonna grab these spears to do so.
Clearly, I think, set up way more barriers to people accessing Medicaid.
And then maybe I'll sleep down at the trader cart.
I'm wondering with this added paperwork requirements, both from the federal level, but also now these over a dozen states that you write about. What does that look like for people trying to get access to healthcare?
So right now, the U.S. has one state that has
There's a rift opening up down here that's not what you want to see at this hour of night. So we're gonna try to bypass it a bit by going over here.
For years, we have a coworker.
I'm gonna just dive right in
But what my colleagues have reported is that
and head down this way.
experience shows that implementing work requirements can be really costly for states, really confusing.
I could cook up some cattails, although I hate to cook the ones so close to home up. I think I just need to kill an animal and cook it.
So if someone's trying to tap into food assistance or staff assistance, they're often trying to reach the same people who are managing.
Alternatively, mushrooms should be fine.
Whether or not
I don't need much.
and so
Just something to get me through the night. Here's a fox.
they're one of the states that have a waiver that had already gone to the federal government before these national standards were established to try to
Okay, there we go.
back its program a little bit. Initially, Georgia wanted to do quality checks on whether or not people qualify.
Oh, and we got, yeah, some fat that we need for upstairs anyway.
Every year.
Cranberries. I'll leave those in place for now because I might be able to use them later. Here's a really good pond for cattails. How about this one over here? Is this good too? Not nearly as good. We're getting some drifters. There's fish in this one now, but there's too many drifters over there, so we're gonna move on.
Actually evaluating whether or not people are meeting the requirements, which of course is like the reason to do work requirements, is to see whether or not people are meeting that bar.
Unless your true motivation is to keep more people from using the program, right? I mean, like that's requirements at the end of the day is when you create all of these barriers.
We have tons of fruit trees in this little area. It's almost like the game thought, oh, fruit trees would probably like to grow next to the river. The interesting thing, of course, is the river is a modded thing. It's not even the base game. But I do have a little cooking fire somewhere over here.
Designed to be confusing.
Arkansas actually showed us, so it was, I believe, 2018 that Arkansas had stood up its work requirement program.
Let's see here if we can
It
find
was
this fire.
initially deemed that program was legal,
I think it's somewhat close to
but
this
there are 18,000
trader hut. I could be wrong.
reporting from
Chantrella is a edible mushroom. Let's have that.
actually showed that a lot of people were just tangled in the system. They didn't know how to report their hours. They didn't know they were supposed to report their hours, or they weren't able to reach help when they were trying to, because there was a log jam for caseworkers.
Well, lastly, Catherine,
Yeah, this will be
what
good.
is your kind of estimate for the short-term immediate impact of some of
I don't know where that fire went.
like your maybe not numerical estimate, but what do you think is the likely outcome with many
Oh, well.
of these states? And what we're
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
go ahead and
seeing
sleep in the
next
trader
couple
hut
months when it comes to people
now that we've
being
had some food,
jettisoned off their health
and we'll
care.
go ahead and figure this out in the morning.
It is interesting. States have until, again, the end of next year to try to stand up these programs. I think we're going to see a number of states asking for extensions to that, because in some cases, every state is coming from a different place in what they're tracking. So some places have systems that maybe could work to track this, or a good starting point to track this, and others are starting from scratch. So I think we're going to see a lot of variety in whether or not states are ready to try to do this, whether or not they're trying to do it early or push it off a little bit longer. I think there's going to be, it's going to be similar
Okay.
to when states were doing
Let me just see what this guy sells anyway.
So after the emergency protections were lifted,
Could buy linens.
you saw
Sell that.
the nation, every state had to
Well,
realize
anyway.
whether or not people qualified for Medicaid, and that big administrative load on states meant that they were overstretched in a lot of places. And so you may see longer waits for people to access caseworkers to talk through their
Let's go
application
this way slightly and see if I can find the fire.
You're going to see states trying to juggle
Fire pit that I made over here somewhere. And if not, then I'll just head back. I feel like it should be like, oh, here it is. Okay. We could grab some more peat while we're at it too. This will be useful for up when we do our clay stuff.
Well, with that, folks, we're going to wrap up the free part of this program and head into part half. We will take the calls from the region IMs. This show relies on your support for the JoinTheJuryReport.com. Please support us that way. Keep us independent, keep us thriving and doing the show Monday through Friday, every day, covering this news cycle. Matt. Look, I am a sick person with pop culture. I enjoy it. I like dipping my toe in. But I don't understand
Okay, let's get these cooking up.
why anyone cares. Like, this white blonde girl from Idaho is a Republican. Oh,
There's like so much I would like to know about being a 21-year-old.
oh, I guess, no, I know why people are interested. Look, she's hot. Just leave it at that. Why do we have to care? Why do we care?
25. Let's see if I can get a stack here. This would be like
Can't people just
7,
be honest?
9,
Leave it
31,
alone. Great. That's it.
30.
All down to thumbnails on YouTube. I think Charlie Kirk,
Okay.
Right.
Sydney Sweeney on his thumbnails.
Okay.
Okay, and these should cook up pretty quick here.
Yes, I mean, that's why we'll talk about the Chris Cuomo. That's when we will talk about the story. 'Cause it's actually funny to make fun of Chris Cuomo getting fooled by a deep fake of AOC talking about how hot Sydney Sweeney is, which is really just
for a tour, sushi, and poker with the boys.
like we get it. You guys want AOC and Sydney Sweeney to make out, and like that's basically what this is about. And I have to engage in this as apparently politics. I feel like I'm in middle school.
We live in conflict. You know, if you make $21,000 in a dollar, you don't get health care.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
I'm at like a 14-year-old boy's sleepover, but apparently it's Congress or something.
Try 65.
Now let's head back and get those clay molds in the old oven there.
About her new book Coercion and the pro-synergy between abortion restriction and abusers domestically and at the state level.
And this is pear. Wonder if these will blossom this year. I don't think so. Usually you have to wait like a year to get fruit trees to bloom. The nice thing is there's so many of them, I don't feel the need to like propagate them.
Alright, well, I guess we'll see Matt Bender and Brandon Sutton in the fun half.
This is testing you today.
I know. Yeah, we're having some we had some technical issues, but we will survive.
Okay, this is blueberry. Let's grab these.
Yeah, I guess we'll just
What's Harry Emden?
see you in the fun half.
Okay, Emma, please.
Well, I feel that my voice is sorely lacking on the majority report.
And I'm looking for berries or some other kind of food real quick on the way back up. Let's see. Let me go ahead and pin. I'm gonna make this home. Yeah, not looking good for food. Yeah, we're gonna have to go get food later today, it looks like. Making these cranberries will be ripe in a few days. Probably doesn't help that I'm just like bouncing around like a crack addict in terms of my hunger rate. But this is a somewhat difficult base to access. Okay, we got some rain up here, which is kind of cute. And we're going to want to make sure the bushes are away from the fire pits, for sure. Okay, so now... I need a boatload of grass. Alright, let's put the grass in a few of these now and see where we're at. Yeah, we're gonna need 30 more grass. And I guess we could go ahead and start those three. Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take a break. I'll be back